Hello everybody, welcome back to a Mattel Jurassic World review, and today we're going to be looking at the Dino Escape Wild Pack Herrerasaurus. Now I got this Herrerasaurus off of eBay for a bid. Nobody else saw it. I mean, what's fun? I'm going to tell you like a funny story about it, so probably not that funny, but when I was binge looking up some Dino Escape figures on any website that I can find, I just went straight to eBay and I saw this. And I saw that the bid was only available for like approximately 2 hours, so I just bought it because all the other places that I could buy it at were more expensive. So I just bought it because it was cheaper on there, and the bid was only 2 hours in this rim. So I just saw it and bought it, and nobody else got into the bid. So I guess I felt kind of lucky. But anyways, this is part of Wave 1 of Wild Pack from Dino Escape lineup, which came out in 2021. And, yeah, so I think the paint apps on this figure looks really nice. I like the overall blue pick choice of the color for the figure. It looks really nice. So I really like this, so I just got it. But anyways, let's go over the packaging. You got the Dino Escape logo down here. It says Wild Pack in the title. Herrerasaurus, the Mattel logo down here. Then you got the sunset in the background with the pteranodons flying in the sky in the background of the box art. Then you got the Jurassic World logo. Then you got the blue render, of course, on the box art. And if you turn to the back, you'll see the whole entire Wave 1 of Wild Pack featuring Herrerasaurus, which is the figure that we're reviewing now, obviously. You got Dimorphodon, Xenoceratops, and Dracorex. I was thinking about getting Xenoceratops first, but it was more than I think some figures of it was around 15 bucks, or it was a little bit expensive than I thought it would be. And you got the Jurassic World logo on the back again. And you got the FactStop logo to scan the down here if you want. Got the Universal logo, emblem logo, and all other nonsense. And there's a barcode. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, I'm going to open this up and we're going to take a closer look at this nice looking figure. And now, we got the figure out of the boxing. And I gotta say, this is a nice figure. It has a nice sculpt. The sculpt looks pretty decent. The paint apps looks pretty nice. And I gotta say, the way the feet are proportioned at the bottom, it looks a little bit weird, but, well, when you try to stand it up, it looks weird. You have to, it's almost like you gotta squeeze it in just to get it to look a little bit better. But it's not too bad. As long as the figure can stand up, I'm totally fine. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird. I am a little bit congested. So, I didn't really think I would make a video today. But, well, when the figures come in, I gotta record them. But anyways, yeah. The figure is an overall light blue. I think it's like a robin blue, a little bit. And it has these, I can't tell what that is, like an extremely lighter blue or a darker blue or some type of gray color of the upper body. I really like how it doesn't just stop at that point, but it also continues on to go into the tail, because a big majority of the Mattel Jurassic World figures have that issue where the paint apps, it stops at one part before it even touches the tail, and then it doesn't hit the tail at all. But some other figures, they do have that, but majority of them don't have it. Then you got the claws are obviously unpainted. They're not painted at all. And you got open the mouth a little bit. They gave it that glossy look in the mouth to resemble the tongue in the mouth, stuff like that. It looks nice. The roof of the mouth is, however, it's still blue. It's not pink, but that's totally fine because the tongue is pink and it has those two muscles right there for the jaw. Then we got the eyes. It has some orange paint over the eyes. Then it has, again, everything else is just blue, and also the toe claws are also blue. Sorry, the toe claws are also unpainted as well, obviously, because Mattel does that all the time. And then we got the tail. The tail down here is cursed. It's like, no, curve. I did not mean to say curse. That was stupid, but the tail is curved instead of straight, which is kind of cool, I guess. And yeah, the teeth is pretty much decent, but if you look behind the teeth in the mouth, you can tell that it is not white. Well, behind the teeth, it's not white. Like, it's supposed to be white behind the teeth inside the mouth, but only the tips of it are white from the inside, and then the rest of the teeth on the outside are actually white. Same thing with the roof of the mouth is also not white on the inside of behind the teeth. And then you got the scan code for this figure if you want to collect it inside of the fax app. I'm going to let it sit here for a second so you can pause the video if you would like to scan it. And yeah, that is pretty much for the, and also on the other side, it has the orange around the eye. The eye is, they made the eye pretty good. Not the color around the eye. Yes, they did good on that, but I'm talking about like the eyeball itself, the way they painted it. It doesn't have that off printed color. Well, first of all, the eye is not, it doesn't have a printed color. It's actually painted, and somehow they got it right. And yeah, there goes the paint apps of the figure. Next, we're going to be moving on to articulation. So, obviously, the jaw can articulate. You can open it up pretty wide, like that. So, decently wide. And when you try to close it, it just snaps closed like that. And then, there's articulation in the shoulders and arms. I think you can rotate them 360. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Same thing with this arm. Rotated 360. The legs, these can articulate 360 as well. And then this leg can also articulate 360 as well. Ooh, there it goes. And then you got articulation in the tail. You can also spin the tail 360. Oh yeah, and also, just to give you some backstory on the Herrerasaurus, this, if you guys don't really know what the Herrerasaurus was, it was a theropod dinosaur. I think it was found in Asia, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it had to be found, I'm pretty sure it was probably found somewhere in Asia. I don't remember exactly, but this was one of the earliest theropods from the Jurassic period. My bad. That's it. It's Jurassic period. This dinosaur lived in the Jurassic period. It was one of the earliest dinosaurs in the Jurassic period. Yeah. That's like the main information I can give you about this dino species. I don't really know so much about the Herrerasaurus, but I will research more facts about it and learn more stuff about it. And also, this dinosaur has a completely different look than how it looked in Jurassic World Evolution. Because in Jurassic World Evolution, it doesn't look like this at all. Yes, it does have a long and narrow snout, but look at its body. It doesn't look anything like that from, like, just look it up. Look up Herrerasaurus in Evolution, in Jurassic World Evolution. You can tell that this dinosaur doesn't look... This Herrerasaurus, it looks nothing like him. In the game, it looks nothing like him. It looks completely different. And, yeah. And also, about the paint apps, I think it's like a tan color or extremely light. It's like a tannish orangish color, I think, under the jaw. I really like how the jaw is completely tan, or if it is tan, I don't know. And then that color, it fades off. Oh, let me zoom that in. It fades off into the blue. It doesn't just stop and then start blue. It fades off a little bit. You probably can't see it as much, but it shades off for a second. Then it transforms into the blue. And then you got the neck hinge for the head articulation. And then you got the color on the back, which is pretty nice. I like this figure. So, sorry about that. So yeah, let's get on to the comparisons with my other collection with this figure. First, we're going to be comparing it with the Kentrosaurus. Kentrosaurus from, hold on, let me put its legs in. All right, there we go. First, here's the comparison with the Kentrosaurus from the Roar Attack. Then, here's another comparison with the Brachiosaurus from the Darius and Brachiosaurus pack. And Dinoscape, put it behind it, right there. Then we got the Dinoscape Fierce Force. Ooh, sorry about that. And we got the Fierce Force Sauropelta with comparison. And I think this figure might be a little bit bigger than Sauropelta, but the Sauropelta is definitely heavier. It feels heavier because of how bulky the figure is. Like, if you just pick this figure up and pick this figure up, I think this one feels a little bit heavier. Or maybe I'm just not holding it right. Maybe I'm not comparing them right. I don't know. Then we got another comparison with Toro the Carnotaurus from Primal Attack. Then we got another comparison with the Mega Destroyer Stegosaurus, which is the previous figure that we reviewed. And then we got the Mega Destroyer Stegosaurus with comparison. And let me see if it can just take the Herrerasaurus down. Hold on. Hold on. I moved it. That was cheating. But anyway, yeah. There's a comparison with Stego. Then we got another comparison with the Stomp and Escape Tyrannosaurus Rex from also Dino Escape. And then for the last comparison, we got the Mega Destroyer's Carcharodontosaurus. So, a quick little overview on this figure. I gotta say, well, this is my first Wild Pack figure that I've ever collected. I know it's been like almost 2 years since I started collecting Mattel's JW figures, and I'm just now collecting a Wild Pack. But anyways, like I was gonna say, this figure is really nice. I like the paint apps. I like the overall color that they picked for the figure. But a thing that I do find funny for the figure is that, excuse me, is the legs and the way they're molded. I feel like if I bend it in, I can fix it. It looks a little bit better that time. But yeah, I really like how they sculpted the head. It looks really nice. I feel like if, yes, although they didn't make the exact same sculpt similar to, my bad, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, although they didn't make it, they didn't really mold the figure similar to the Herrerasaurus from the Evolution game, it still looks nice. The paint apps looks nice. The overall model that they picked for the mold It looks nice. The colors, I really like how it doesn't just stop at the beginning of the tail, but it continues past at the tail. I feel like this, I mean, yes, the overall color for, like I just said, the overall color for the figure is nice. Sorry, but I feel like they could have picked like a brighter color to stand out. I'm not even talking about like the color on the face. The color on the face is like fine. There's like no problem at all. It's the color on the back. They didn't have to pick like the colors are the same. Like they're both blue and they're both different shades of color. Yes, that is true, but it doesn't really stand out a lot in my opinion because I feel like it still has some type of blending vibe to the overall color of the mold. Like the overall color of the mold is like a dark robin blue, and then the color on the back is like a light robin blue. If it's not, if it's like a grayish blue, and it doesn't really stand out a lot. It stands out a little bit, and it stands out on its own a little, but I feel like they could have just picked a different contrasting color, bro, like a higher contrasting color. You know what I mean? Like they could have just picked a color that stands out a little bit more. The claws are fine. They didn't paint the toe claws or the finger claws, but that's totally fine. My favorite thing about this figure is the color that they put on the chin or the lower jaw or the mandibles of the dinosaur. And I gotta say, it looks really nice. The teeth are nicely sculpted. They colored the inside of the mouth, which is kind of important that they've done that. And also, I really like how they put a little bit of orange on the eye. It's like an orange or a tan color that they put around the eye. And also, the eyeball is a little bit different. What they could have done, yeah, I feel like this is what I would have done if I was designing the figure myself. I think it's a little bit funny how the color of the eyeball is the same color as the color around the eye. Like, for example, the eye is orange, even though you can, like the eye is orange, even though you can still see the pupil. Of course, you can see the pupil, it's black, but what they could have done was they could have just made the eyeball a different color. That way the eye can stand out. If I could pick any color in the world to put on the eyeball to make it stand out from the rest of this orange, I would personally put a green. That would look great. I'm pretty sure that would look great. And I'm not talking about no dark green. I'm talking about like a bright lime green. That way the eye can stand out. Even though it's not a huge deal, the figure is still nice and I still enjoy it. And yeah, I am glad to have this figure. I like this figure. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this review, leave a like on the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any future uploads. And I will be doing a really good review in the next video, or at least I'll try to. I'm still deciding. I'm still thinking about going back and forth. Spoiler, if I do get, when I do get another figure, it might be Hammond Collection, or it might be another Dino Escape figure or something else. I have no clue. I'm still deciding. While yes, I need to keep continuing the Dino Escape lineup, I need Hammond Collection right now because that is the only lineup of figures currently right now that I don't have like at all. Like, for example, I have Dino Escape, I have Primal Attack, I have what else do I have? Dominion, but I don't have Dino Trackers. I don't need to worry too much about Dino Trackers right now because the lineup just came out like months ago. And there are no Dino Trackers figures in our local Walmart around our town, around our city. So I won't worry too much about Dino Trackers. And besides, Dino Trackers is like the last lineup that I need to worry about like right now. Because I need to collect some Hammond Collection stuff before I even think about getting the Dino Trackers, because Hammond Collection is older than Dino Trackers. Hammond Collection came out like last year, and Dino Trackers came out like late 2022, early 2023, and I don't have a single Dino Trackers figure, nor Hammond Collection. So I need to start getting a couple Hammond Collection figures, then I go back to Dino Escape, because again, I need to get some figures from all lineups as possible. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, follow my Instagram, and turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any future uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.